Yo, what is going on, you guys? This is GamingWithSal and welcome back to the channel. So for today's video, I'm going to go ahead and give my review, my honest review at least, for the Blackout Beta. Now, it seems like this review is going to be a little overdue because a lot of other YouTubers and people out there have already given like their review of the Blackout Beta, but to me personally, I don't like giving out reviews for stuff like this until I'm done playing the beta or the game or whatever it is at the end of its life cycle, meaning the end of the Blackout Beta. And we have about like a day and a half left of the Blackout Beta, but I feel like it's time that I can go ahead and give my honest review since the Blackout Beta was out for a full week on the PlayStation 4. Now, I'm just going to go ahead and say that I'm going to talk about things that are just coming off the top of my head. I don't have anything written down right now. I'm just going to give you guys like my overall review, impressions, whatever you want to call it, for Blackout. So without further ado, let's get right into it. The first thing I want to go ahead and talk about is just the overall gameplay, the way the game feels, and all that kind of stuff. So the game is set to play at 60 frames per second. However, David Vonderhaar did confirm that it's not locked in exactly at 60 frames per second the entire time you're playing Blackout. And this is simply because the engine is still kind of a little bit old. They don't want to admit it, but I mean, let's be honest, Call of Duty has been running on the same engine for the past couple of years, for many different years. So it's an old engine, plus we're having a game mode where there's a large map, never been done before, 88 players as of right now at least. So that's a lot of energy and power being used from this engine. So they really did have to like dumb down the graphics a little bit, which is why it doesn't really look up to par as much as you would expect it to be. And on top of that, this is exactly why the frame rate is expected to kind of drop from here or there. And that's why David Vonderhaar even went out and said, you know what, yeah, it's not always going to be locked in 60 frames per second, but at least whenever I played the Blackout Beta, and mind you, I have the original PS4. I don't even have the PS4 Pro, which is obviously much more stronger console, but the point is, on the regular PS4, it played very smoothly for the most part. And even if I did experience some frame rates to drop, it probably wasn't a lot, maybe like 50 frames per second or something like that. Of course, I can't accurately measure that, but it really wasn't all that bad. Also, I want to go ahead and talk about the gunfights. The gunfights within Blackout was just simply amazing. I love how it felt like an actual military shooter, and it felt like I was really there, and it felt like it was real life, which in a way, it seems really weird to combine that sentence with something like Call of Duty, because when we look at Call of Duty in the past, it's always been about the multiplayer, and the multiplayer was always like a fast-paced arcade shooter. So in a way, that has nothing to do with a realistic shooter. A realistic shooter would be like Battlefield 4, 5, all that kind of stuff. So in a way, this is the first time Call of Duty is bringing a mode in which you have to play with that realistic mentality. You gotta play like you would be playing if you're really there, and not like if you're like a chicken with its head cut off, you know? So in a way, this change that's being brought to Call of Duty is actually bringing something new to the franchise, which I know seems like a broken record because every year they're like, oh, this has never been seen before. This has never been done before. Blah, 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 blah. The point is, Blackout really is something new. I mean, we have never seen anything like a Battle Royale mode come to Call of Duty, or any sort of mode in which there's a large map with a large amount of people on there. The only thing I can think about is the War Game mode whenever it comes to Call of Duty World War II, but the only thing was that the map was slightly larger than the other maps, and there wasn't really that much of an increase in like the player count of like all the people that could be in that map and that match at the same time. So Blackout did really do something revolutionary for the Call of Duty franchise, and one of those things is to actually create a realistic situation in which we can all go ahead and play in, and I really like that from Blackout, especially when it comes to, like I said, the gunfights. Now, there was a few issues as well, and I'm probably going to be going back and forth from the good things and the bad things because, like I said, you guys, this is all just from like the top of my head. So one of the bad things I do remember is kind of the looting system, and I say kind of because they did improve it in the sense that it's faster to pick up stuff from the ground than it was before when the beta first launched. But at the same time, I really don't like how you loot people whenever it comes to killing them off, looking through their backpack, and then deciding what you want from it. The way that the system works is that you got to go either left or right horizontally and just scroll through everything that that person had. But I feel like this is very tedious. This takes way too long, and it shouldn't be as long as it really is in the game. There should be a faster way to do this and quickly allow the player to just choose and pick whatever he or she wants from that person's loot. I feel like that the best thing they can do is probably open up like a menu that has everything all at once on screen. You don't have to scroll through every little item and see what they had. There should be a pop-up just like how it usually is right now, except you can see everything in that backpack all at once. You don't need to like scroll through anything, and that way you can go ahead and see what exactly you want and pick it much more faster. And another thing is, I feel like ammo should be something you pick up automatically. No matter what happens, if you run over it, you open up a backpack, there was ammo in there, you should have already like automatically equipped it into your inventory, because at the end of the day, I don't think ammo really takes up any place in the inventory slots. It just kind of maxes out whenever you have the max amount of bullets or ammo that you can carry. So basically, like I said, it's not going to harm anyone if they go ahead and automatically pick it up. I feel like that should be a new feature, or just a feature in Blackout itself, and it'll probably probably make the looting system a little bit more fluent in my opinion. Another big topic that has been always going around whenever it comes to the Blackout Beta this past week, and something I kind of have an issue with as well, and that is armor. So when it comes to armor, there's 3 types of it: level 1, level 2, and level 3. Of course, the higher level of the armor, the more powerful it is. Now, I don't exactly have the stats of how much damage each level of armor can take. If anybody does know, go ahead and leave it in the comment section below, or if there's like a link to like a Treyarch post on Reddit or something that explains it, I would love to look more into it. But the point is that each level of armor is more powerful as you go up, and the issue with it is that I feel like it's still way too powerful. Of course, I'm not saying that it should be brought down to where the person who doesn't have armor and the person that does has like an equal amount of chance of taking each other out, because of course the guy with the armor should be able to eat more bullets. I feel like that maybe the gap between how many bullets that the person without and with armor can take should be a little bit more closer. Meaning, if a person without armor takes in like 5 bullets, there should be no way that a person with level 1 armor should be able to take like 10 bullets, like double the amount of bullets. Like, that's way too ridiculous, and I feel like that's kind of what's going on when it comes to Blackout, but I can't really accurately say it because I don't know how much damage each level of armor is taking in. So basically what I'm trying to say is I feel like that when it comes to the armor, they should tune it down like just a tad bit, not too much, but just a tad bit. And I feel like that they're still working on it right now. They're trying to find that sweet spot to where that level of armor and the damage that I can take in can be almost perfect. So let's see what happens when the full game comes out. But overall, you guys, when it comes down to it, Blackout really is a fun game mode. It's something that I'm surprised that I really got into because I was never part of the battle royale genre. I never liked it. Believe it or not, whenever Fortnite and PUBG and all those games started to get very popular recently, especially Fortnite, I tried it out and I absolutely did not like it. I just hated the battle royale concept, or maybe it wasn't just the battle royale concept. I think I hated the way that Fortnite did, which is something that's very rare because a lot of people still do like it, and it was really big when it first came out. So I guess I'll go ahead and say that there were a few people out there that never liked it from the start of the hype, and one of those people was definitely me. So I guess whenever Call of Duty decided to do it, knowing that I'm a huge Call of Duty fan, I'm like, you know what, I'm definitely gonna give it a try. And now it really got me sucked into the battle royale genre, at least when it comes to Blackout. I don't think I'm gonna be looking into any other battle royale games. I feel like Blackout's gonna be the only one that I play, and I'm really glad to see that they went out and did this mode the way they did it, and it's something that I really enjoy. But anyways, you guys, those are like my overall impressions of the game. Like I said, in the end, it's a great mode. It has a lot of potential, and it's possibly going to be one of the top battle royale games that a lot of people will play, at least in my opinion. But of course, there are still a few issues that need to be worked on. Maybe I might do a video in which I go in more depth with those issues, and I'm also going to go ahead and possibly make a video about certain things that can happen that can potentially ruin this game mode. And I'm not doing it to be a hater, but I'm doing it because I want to go ahead and put the awareness out there that if Treyarch can avoid these issues and not make these certain decisions, then we actually have something here that not only can bring Call of Duty back to like being one of the top loving popular games, but bring a huge change to the Call of Duty franchise that no one is going to forget even a few years from now. So hopefully that is the case. But anyways, that's all I have for you guys when it comes to this video. Leave your thoughts in the comment section below what you think about Blackout. What did you think when you first got to play it or first saw it in terms of like live streams or any other person's gameplay? I would love to hear your thoughts in the comment section below about what you think when it comes to Blackout. And like always, if you guys enjoyed this video, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, click the bell icon so you'll never miss an upload, and follow me on my social media accounts to stay connected. Links are always in the description below. Thanks for watching. I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Take care of yourselves, and bye.